Firstly, I'm pleased to present the 2011-12 budget for the Townsville City Council, a budget that sees this council delivering on its promise to bring the city back into surplus. Our city's financial position has vastly improved, and today's budget completely wipes out the $56 million operating deficit that the council inherited after amalgamation in 2008. The last time the Townsville City Council presented balanced books was more than a decade ago. And I don't apologise for being focused on ensuring that the council has a clear and unhindered path forward to fiscal stability. Our disciplined financial management over the last 3 years has paid off, and make no mistake, a lot of difficult decisions were necessary to turn around the council's grim financial position. Efficiencies and ongoing savings within our organisation have certainly reaped rewards. Our success has been echoed by the Director-General of the Department of Local Government and Planning. In a letter this week, he recognised Townsville City Council's strong financial position, one that will further strengthen as we increase our surpluses and reduce our debt levels in coming years. And I take a great deal of pride today in congratulating all of our councillors and staff who have joined me on this journey. This is a terrific achievement that you have achieved. You have also helped to deliver it a full year earlier than predicted. In a nutshell, this council has done the hard yards and rescued the city from potential bankruptcy. When we look at the bigger picture, we can note that the state and federal governments went into the global financial crisis 3 years ago with huge surpluses. They have emerged with enormous deficits, and in contrast, this council went into the GFC post-amalgamation carrying large losses, despite the biggest boom years the city has ever seen. Our council and our staff have achieved what both state and federal governments are yet to do: balance their books and end frivolous and inefficient spending. This year, the council's direct operating expenses have gone down by over $9 million, a 4% improvement compared to 2010-2011, in spite of rising electricity costs and additional expense to operate new water and sewerage plants. And there is plenty more good news in this budget, and I'll move straight into answering the question, firstly, how much will our residents pay this year? The average general rates rise has been kept at a low 1.98% across the board on general rates for owner-occupied homes, well below the state CPI of 3.6% and well below the local government cost index of 7.5%. This year's general rate rise is the second in succession at less than CPI. General rates for a typical property with a valuation of $147,000 will increase by around 72 cents a week. We will also return to combined rates and utility notices issued twice a year. Utilities will rise modestly, with sewerage going up from $637 to $669 and waste up $1 to $197 or 0.5%. This will be offset for a majority of our residents with a return to the former water pricing system. Cent on general rates or up to $800 a year per homeowner to help keep people in their own homes. There is good news on our debt level, with us on track to come in under $400 million at the 30th of June 2012. That figure is significantly less than the $500 million that was predicted during amalgamation. We have borrowed where necessary to fund crucial capital works for the benefit of the whole city. Planning ahead and spending on infrastructure to meet the needs of our growing community ensures that our city will remain strong well into the future. So what's next for Townsville City Council? The last 12 months saw us substantially complete our Big 5 construction projects: North Shore Boulevard, Civic Theatre upgrades, Flinders Street redevelopment, the Townsville RSL Stadium, and of course major water and sewerage works. Our focus now shifts in coming years to our new top 5 priorities: keeping rate rises to less than CPI, community safety, building better local roads, ongoing recovery from floods and weather events, and excellence in community planning to maintain our enviable lifestyle. Expenditure this year invests heavily in rehabilitating and improving the essential building blocks of the city: our roads, our drainage, our water and our sewerage. We today release a $555 million budget and have committed $200 million to capital works for major upgrades to basic infrastructure. This will lay the platform for the city's next phase of growth. In fact, I can announce the biggest roadworks blitz that the city has ever seen. We have allocated $44.5 million to road reseals, overlays and construction projects. And we will be further bolstered by federal disaster recovery funding, which will pump $50 million into repair works in nearly every suburb for damage sustained in 2010. Additional disaster funding of approximately $80 million is pending for repairs to damage in this year's Big Wet and Cyclone Yahtzee. More than 1,000 individual roads will be repaired by council crews and contractors carrying out the work over the next year and possibly longer. Big ticket items in the roads budget are the $11.5 million Mount Low Parkway project, $5.74 million for widening from Liberty Rise to Dalrymple Road, and $1.85 million from a total cost of $2.85 million for the new ring road on-off ramps at Angus Smith Drive. A total of $5.7 million will be spent this year on drainage works to provide better protection from flooding. The drainage budget includes $3.9 million to replace 10 kilometres of broken curb and channel in 18 suburban streets to improve runoff. Over the past 3 years, the Council has undertaken a $300 million capital works program to build new water and sewerage plants to stay ahead of the city's expansion. This program has ensured that we have the infrastructure to cope with the next 20 to 30 years of growth in our city. This year we will carry out $56 million in capital works to improve and extend the life of mains, sewers, pump stations and reservoirs that service our community. More than 30 sewerage pump stations around the city will undergo upgrades for new pumps, for backup power and remote operations to reduce overflows during rain events. The Council is on a path to prepare a plan for continued high rates of growth, investment and development in the city. A new planning scheme is well on its way, slated for adoption in 2013. It sets the framework for Townsville's progress to 2021, offering development goals as well as social and environmental priorities. Almost $290,000 has been set aside for the continuation of flood modelling. Already 80% complete, the project is a first for Townsville and will provide a comprehensive data set for the entire city.